Hi Earth family, this is Renee Asiri with InsideJobHealing.com. Trying something a little bit different. I am shooting the video in the evening. This is your energy update for the week of July 13th through the 19th. So happy end of Mercury retrograde. I know a lot of us are breathing a huge sigh of relief because Mercury went direct on the 13th. So I'm so excited. It ended on the 12th. So how are you feeling? I feel like the energies yesterday were a little crazy. It was a lot going on. I felt like it was dizzying. It was like spinning activity. And we still have Mars in Aries. So a lot of us are feeling like we're on this treadmill. And let's say it's like on level 9 and we're only running at level 6. So we're having trouble catching up. At least that's how a lot of us feel. So hit me up, message me, let me know if you're feeling that way too. So there's a lot of dizzying energy with Mercury going direct, the planet of communication and sales and social media and technology. I know that this particular Mercury retrograde, there was a lot of technical issues that myself and others faced. So if that's you, I'm sure you're celebrating as well. And so yeah, so dizzying, frantic energy. Today was a little bit calmer, but definitely yesterday I just felt like there was a lot of kinetic energy. And then, you know, we have Mercury direct, but as you know, we still have at least 4 out of the 8 planets that are in retrograde. So there's still a very straining time. And we have next week, July 20th, I believe, we have the new moon in Cancer. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm Cancer ascendant. So this is the nurturing sign, the relationship sign, the mothering sign. So it's a new moon, so it's a new opportunity, and it's in Cancer. So it's like giving birth to something new. So this is going to be a great opportunity for some of us, like Geminis. It's going to be in our 2nd house. You know, for others, it's going to be in their 11th house or 12th house and things like that. For Leo, it's in their 12th house, right? So spirituality, things like that. So really depending on what sign you are, if you're interested in finding out more, I would highly recommend watching Lada Ducheva's YouTube channel. She has a great video on the new moon in Cancer on YouTube. So feel free to watch Lada of Lada Astrolado, I should say. So what's interesting is she mentions that the new moon has a hard aspect with Saturn. And most of you who know me know that I'm not a huge fan of Saturn because Saturn is like that grumpy old man. It's like old systems and rules, and it's just a really hard aspect and like old school. And so even though we have these, new moon energy and new beginnings and an opportunity to birth something new, and it's in the constellation of Bashir, which basically is like a very auspicious, like it's good luck, it's going to be successful, it's going to be beneficial to everyone. So these projects that you're birthing, whatever you're doing, whether it's business or personal, is going to be very, very auspicious. However, because you have that hard aspect in Saturn, unfortunately for us, it's going to be very slow going. So if you think it's going to take a few months, it's going to actually take longer than that. And it's also going to be hard work, right? So, but the good news is, even though it's going to be slow going, it's going to be hard. There's going to be some rules and maybe regulations and bureaucracy and red tape. But the good news is once you take that time to really set that foundation and you're willing to do that for this new start, and this is from basically July 20th till, mid-August, right? So any project that we start, anything that we do, just know that you're going to have solid foundations and it's going to be successful, but it's going to take longer than you think it's going to take, and it's going to take some work. So the good news is we have some new beginnings. So the year continues. At least we don't have another eclipse. And unfortunately, coronavirus is still popping in the US. I have a loved one who unfortunately tested positive. But luckily they're not symptomatic. So, there's just a lot going on in the collective. So it's just like a lot of countries won't allow US citizens in. So we feel more isolated than ever. We feel restricted. Again, that Saturn energy. A lot of people are super busy. Like I said earlier, that Aries energy, that frenetic, like frantic energy, you don't feel like you're going to get ahead. I know personally, like I got a lot done today, but my to-do list was really long. And I just wasn't motivated, to be honest, to jump on Instagram and do this video or YouTube. until now. And so I just kind of wait. I call it effortless effort. So I highly recommend that you just go in the flow and do the things that you really feel like doing. So for me personally, if I don't feel like doing anything, if I don't feel like doing that specific thing, even if it's on my to-do list, I'm not going to force myself to do it. I'm going to wait till the energy is there and it's abundant and I'm in flow, and then I'm going to do it, right? Because otherwise there's going to be resentment, or I'm going to feel like, oh, this is supposed to be fun for me to give free content and help others. And then I'm just not going to be feeling it. So I highly recommend that if, you feel like, okay, I'm supposed to do this on Monday or this on Tuesday, follow the energy. And when you feel like doing that very thing, like if you feel like cleaning the house, do it when you feel like it, right? Because it's amplified. If you need to do a video or create content, do it when you feel that it's the right flow, okay? Some other themes that are going on besides busyness, besides feeling a little overwhelmed, there's, again, Mercury is the sign of the mental, right? It's Gemini, it's thinking, it's overthinking. So I feel like right now a lot of us are like in our head, like we're overthinking things. And again, we're still dealing with that uncertain future, right? Like we don't know, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know if states like Texas and Arizona and California are going to actually go back to shutting down, or Florida. So, there's still that uncertainty. People are still getting laid off. Unemployment is, definitely changing things up. And so a lot of people are getting denied unemployment now. But yet business is not back to business as usual, because there's restrictions about how many people you can have and things like that. And especially small businesses, have been hit hard throughout this whole thing. The stock market is not back to normal. It's extremely volatile, especially if you're not, buying, index stocks. And if you're buying company stocks, it's so up and down right now. There's so much volatility. The weather is warm, so there's like a lot of yang energy, a lot of driving energy, like spurring on this Aries energy. So I just feel like there's just a lot. We're still in flux. We're still in transition. There's still a lot of unknowns. I feel like, though, on a positive, with all these, 6 eclipses and, like 5 or 6 planets going retrograde since April, and all that perfect storm has and the pandemic and the uprisings and the Black Lives Matter movement and everything and all this uncovered, I've been really following closely like Jeffrey Epstein and the case with Ghislaine Maxwell, who was his partner in crime and his girlfriend, and she was involved in luring minors and, this whole, minor sex scandal with them. And he knew the Clintons and Trump, and he knew, Prince Andrew, who was implicated. So anyway, if you're interested in finding out more, I would recommend, if you have the stomach for it, to watch the documentary on Netflix, the Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich documentary. So anyway, so now she actually finally got caught, and she's been like elusive. She's been, just nowhere to be found. And she's this British socialite, and she's just been accused of so many things by so many people, and she pled not guilty. But luckily they caught her. She wanted to be put on bail for $5 million, to have, a $5 million bail, but because she's such an extreme flight risk, they actually denied it. So that, I'm glad to hear that, because, justice needs to be served. And these women, I'm talking about like over 50, 60 women, have waited so long. And they, Jeffrey Epstein had a sweetheart deal. And so unfortunately, he only served like a year and a half, if that. And it was mostly, on work. He was out, and it wasn't it was actually, anyway, a big deal with Alex Acosta, just giving him a sweetheart deal, and a lot of people had an issue with it. So he was going to get tried again, and then he quote unquote either committed suicide, or somebody kind of offed him or whatever, because he knew too much. But the point being is, these women have waited a long time for justice. So I feel like right now these secrets are being unearthed, these dark secrets. We're talking about like Scorpio energy, Pluto energy, 8th house energy. These dirty secrets are being unearthed. These people that have abused their power and oppressed people, I feel like that's coming to the surface. There was a guy, he was like a California rapist, and he did all these crimes and completely terrorized California in the 70s, and he's in his 70s now. He's an older man, and he just got caught and he just got sentenced for this. So I just feel like right now it's like coming full circle where people are really paying for their crimes. There's a saying that there's a proverb in Arabic where we say that the rope of lies is very short, right? So at some point you're going to get caught, right? So I feel like that's kind of happening right now. Like there is some justice being served to these crimes that have been going on since the 70s and 90s. So at least we're uncovering, and at least we're empowering ourselves and holding people accountable. So definitely that feels like that energy is coming into play as well. What else? I just feel like a lot of us, like I said, I don't feel like this is a very settled energy right now in the collective. I feel like people are still getting things kicked up. Again, the good news is more people are woke than ever. I've talked to a lot of different new potential clients, which I'm really happy about. So if you're interested in the Lifestyle Reset and Thrive transformation program, if you're interested in a system that literally from A to Z, a proven system that helps you ascend and helps you live your best life, hit me up. It's a 12-week program. It's amazing. And, if you're interested in releasing trauma and letting go of the past and really coming into present and just stop reliving those old patterns on a cellular, emotional and physical level and energetic level, then definitely hit me up for the one-on-one work that I do, which is so important because it's intergenerational. And it's really, really powerful. I always forget to say this in every video, but if anything I said resonated, if you love my energy, if you love my message, if you like my authenticity and just how freely I speak about things, and that I'm not afraid to speak my truth, and you want to as well, feel free to share this video with your friends, anybody that you feel like needs to hear this message, and follow me on Instagram at Inside Job Healing. And also feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Inside Job Healing. I'm really looking to grow the community and the tribe and just be able to create really great, free content for you guys. And then, of course, I also have paid content that I'd love to share with you as well in my programs, and you coming to see me either live or doing Zoom sessions. So if you have any questions, if you have anything to share, feel free to comment. I would love to engage with you. But other than that, honestly, I feel like this week's video is just kind of more about the fact that, Mercury retrograde's over. We have the new moon coming, so set your intentions for the new moon, and just be patient because it is a new beginning. There's lots of good things happening. It is supported. It's going to be successful, but it's just going to take twice as long, maybe, or longer because of our wonderful friend Saturn. And it's going to be built to last. So just keep that in mind for any project that you're going to do here over the next month. And just stay safe and make decisions that, work for you and your family, as far as I know that kids, and teachers going back to school has been kind of in the news and things like that. So if that's affecting you, just make sure that you're making decisions out of a place of alignment, and really feeling into your heart and doing what is going to keep you safe. Again, please, stay safe out there, wear your masks, wash your hands, and social distance, and do the right thing to keep this thing from spreading any further. And for those people that say it's not real, like I said, I have several family members abroad, that did contract coronavirus. So I'm here to tell you that it's real. It's, I don't want to spread fear or anything like that, but I feel like if you are keeping your immunity high and you're not a match to the coronavirus, that's great. But again, we could all be exposed at any time and be carriers and not even know it. So let's do the responsible thing and keep each other healthy. So I'm sending you lots of love and light. Rena with InsideJobHealing.com. Love you guys.